2 between the defending NBA champion Thunder and the Phoenix Suns. Suns tried to make a game of it in the fourth quarter, went on a 20-4 run, but Lou Dort says, I don't think so. Hits a huge three. They hit 14 as a team here in Game 2 as they win 120-107. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander once again leading the way, 37 points. He scored 25 points in 14 straight home playoff games. Also concerning here for the Thunder, Jalen Williams left in the third quarter because of a left hamstring injury. If you recall, he missed multiple weeks during the regular season because of a right hamstring injury, so certainly some concern there for OKC moving forward. They take a 2-0 series lead, and turnovers continue to be the story in this series. Get some instant analysis. Welcome in CBS Sports HQ NBA analyst John Gonzalez. And John, really, the OKC Thunder just outclassing the Phoenix Suns once again here in Game 2. They have now scored 56 points off of 41 turnovers in 2 games, and that continues to be the trend.
Yeah, they're a machine, right? I mean, that's how they live. That's how they eat. Game 1, 19 turnovers that they convert to 34 points. Tonight, 22 for 22. And it just puts the Suns up against it because they don't have the talent and the depth that the Thunder do anyway. And when they're committing that many turnovers and it's instant offense, those live ball turnovers are an absolute killer for the Suns. And it's not the Suns' fault because this is what the Thunder do. They turn everybody over. They were number 1 in creating turnovers and points off of turnovers last year, and they are again this season. And that's just how they operate, right? Because they have so many long, rangy defenders that can get up into your jersey. And you mentioned Jalen Williams, and we'll keep an eye on, what happens with him with that hamstring. Don't forget that he missed 49 games this season, but he's one of those guys. SGA is one of those guys. And then they come at you in waves with, their deep bench, and it's Lou Dort, and it's Keyshawn Wallace, and it's Alex Caruso, and they just absolutely suffocate you on that end, and they don't really give you a chance. And the Suns, they only, and I'm doing air quotes here, lose by 13 tonight. At one point, they cut it to 10. You saw Matt Ishbia there, the Suns owner, and he was clapping like they were in the game. They were never in that game. They were never going to win in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City has the best home court advantage of any team in the entire league. Only 7 home losses all season. It wasn't going to be 8 tonight.
OKC's 40th straight playoff game, forcing 10 or more turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they won the title last season. That's why they are on track to win it again this year, trying to be the first team to do so since the 2017-2018 Warriors to repeat. Look, you mentioned Jalen Williams. He leaves in the third quarter because of the hamstring injury. You noted that he missed multiple weeks during the regular season because of a right hamstring injury. There's certainly concern there, but if any team can deal with a player of this magnitude going down, it's the Thunder.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right, because they already did it during the regular season. And again, he missed over half the year with the other hamstring strain. Now we'll see how bad this one is. Hopefully it's not that bad. You don't want to ever see anybody get hurt. But the Thunder are, without question, the deepest team in the NBA. If the Suns suffered an injury to one of their 3 best players, they'd be cooked. They're cooked anyway. But with the Thunder, you look at it and go, all right, well, we still have the reigning MVP, about to be 2-time MVP. Chet Holmgren was fantastic defensively tonight. He's their, if he's not their second best player, he's their third best player. And on any other year, if Victor Wembanyama didn't exist, he would be the defensive player of the year. And then they have so many different ways that they can beat you, right? Because take Jalen Williams out of it, my suspicion is that A.J. Mitchell slides into that role. But on nights when they want extra defense, it'll be Lou Dort and Keyshawn Wallace. They'll double up on those guys, or potentially more Alex Caruso minutes. The other Jalen Williams, J. Will. When Jalen Williams, J-Dub, was out earlier this season, Jalen Williams, J. Will stepped in, and he looked like a world beater and was knocking down 3-pointers at a really efficient rate. So Mark Daigneault has so many different guys that he can throw at you, and they're going to want Jalen Williams back sooner than later. The guy made all NBA last season. He's really, really good. He's a fantastic defender. But this is a team that can withstand that if he's going to miss some time.
Do the Suns get a game?
No. No, I mean, and tonight's a good example of why, right? They really only have 3 guys right now, right? Devin Booker, he was pretty good tonight, 50% from the floor. Dylan Brooks had a fantastic game. He goes for 30 points. He fouls out because that's what Dylan Brooks does. He can't help himself. He had to have the extra foul, the 6th foul against SGA at the end just to make whatever kind of point Dylan Brooks wants to make. But he has made them better this season. But then you get your third guy there, Jalen Green, who's been hit or miss. He's also missed a bunch of time this season. He was actively bad tonight. You can't win when all 3 of those guys aren't just supernova hot from the floor against this Thunder team. And tonight, Jalen Green was 8 for 23 from the floor. He made only 1 of his 8 3-pointers. And on top of that, we talked about all those turnovers. He had 7 of them. So, yeah, this team is not built to get past Oklahoma City, and they're not built to even steal a game off of them. This is going to be a sweep.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about them being a machine. Since the start of last postseason, 12 of their 18 wins have come via double digits. Another one here against the Suns in Game 2. Series will shift to Phoenix on Saturday. John Gonzalez here with us on CBS Sports HQ as you take a look at the remaining series schedule. And according to John, we don't even need to put Game 5, 6, or 7 on there. It's going to be over on Monday night in Phoenix. But they got to play a Game 3. They got to play a Game 4 as the series shifts to the desert beginning on Saturday.
That third quarter was amazing, right? I mean, they were plus 22, the Pistons were in that third quarter, and that was it for the Magic after that. And this whole thing, what we talked about the Pistons and the Magic being very similar teams, both wanting to play through their defense, both wanting to get points in the paint, neither of them being very good shooting teams. What we saw in Game 1 was the Magic beat them at that stuff, and the Pistons are better at everything that the Magic does well, but they just didn't do it in Game 1. Well, tonight in Game 2, they absolutely did. Cade Cunningham, look, he's been good all season. There's a reason why he's a top 5 MVP candidate, and he's going to make first-team All-NBA. But everybody else came to play for the Pistons tonight. All 5 starters in double figures. Jalen Duren, who did not have a good first game, he had a much better game, almost went for a double-double. He's a most improved player finalist. We'll see whether or not he wins that award on Friday. Tobias Harris contributed. You got Asar Thompson, who's a Defensive Player of the Year finalist and actually contributed offensively. Duncan Robinson was mic'd up. You heard him saying, move the ball. They moved the ball, and then they dominated the points in the paint. That's an area that the Magic absolutely need to have because they don't shoot well. Well, forget about it. The Pistons crushed them on the boards. And then shooting the ball, the Pistons did a really good job defending the Magic, who were just 8 of 32 from deep. And you look at this formula, it's the fewest points that the Magic have had all season long. 83 points, right? This was a low-scoring game. This is sort of like a throwback to the 90s game. But if you're the Magic going into Game 3, that's got to be troublesome because you're thinking to yourself, where are the points going to come from in Game 3 if we want to stay in the series? So huge win for the Pistons. First home playoff win since 2008, Chris.
That's a long time ago, okay? That's a long time ago.
Yes.
Now, for the Magic, okay, Paolo Banchero, he was inefficient. Desmond Bane, 2 for 11. Jalen Suggs, 7 for 18. And at one point, John, it just looked like, and they said it on the broadcast, that the Magic forgot how to play basketball. Where did you see their inability to, cut back into this lead when you thought, okay, maybe Pistons are going to go on a run, but you felt like the Magic, based on the way they've been playing, that they were going to come back in this thing?
Yeah, the Magic just had a dreadful, dreadful shooting night. And this was sort of the thing that everybody was a little worried about with the Orlando Magic, because this has been going on all season. Now, after they lost to the Sixers, then they go and blow out the Hornets in that final play-in game, and then they win Game 1 against the Magic, and people are thinking, okay, well, maybe this is the Magic team that we've been waiting for all season, right? Maybe they're finally going to get going. They decided to wait until the last play-in game to actually try this season. But really, this is who they've been all year long, right? I mean, inefficiency, you called it out. You nailed it. Inefficiency